I wanted to record a little video on how to screen transporters for getting cars from auction or out of state to your guys' lot. So we're going to start out and use this website called Safer, S-A-F-E-R, which is basically the DOT's database. So the first step would be to go to Safer, and then we're going to type in their DOT number. We'll go ahead and click search, and it's going to pull up their company snapshot is what they call it. So this is going to be a local company out of Denver, and the first thing I would do is look at the physical address, and depending on where that physical address is, we'll get into that. So very, very important first thing is they must be authorized for hire. That basically gives them ability to transport for hire or sell their services. The very, very important second thing is if they are going outside of a state that their physical or mailing address is in, they need to have this interstate coverage. If you are transporting a car from Texas to Colorado and they're only intrastate, chances are that's a scam. So we want to make sure that if they're transporting over state lines, they have this X next to interstate. And then the final piece that we'll see on this is they must be qualified and active to tow or transport motor vehicles. That is what you guys are transporting, and they must have that in order to transport vehicles. So then we'll scroll down a little bit, and we can check out their inspections, if they've had crashes, things like that. This company looks pretty good. With 119 drivers, 1 or 2 crashes isn't that big of a deal. Overall, this would pass the test. If you wanted to go even further, though, we can go back up to the top of the screen, click Licensing and Insurance, do the CAPTCHA bot, click Search, and it'll bring us to this page. And we're going to click on HTML over here on the right side, and this will bring up another page right here. And at the bottom, we're going to want to go to active/pending insurance. And this is going to show us their current insurance. It's going to show us the company, the policy number, their effective date, and then what their limit is, or this is going to be their liability limit, not their cargo limit. But if this limit shows 500K or 300K or 100K, I would most likely stay away from that. But we also want to make sure that the posted date and effective date are within the time frame that you guys are trying to tow. So these guys have an effective date of 7/01/2025. So it looks like they just renewed their policy. They did it a little bit early, which is great. So the carrier went ahead and filed their filings, which will show this effective date and this policy number. So this company would pass all the tests. An example of one that wouldn't is if this effective date showed 05/10/2024. Then we would know that they are not currently insured or they aren't currently posting their filings. Going across state lines, you must post your filings. And then the final piece that you can look in when it comes to this insurance area is we can look up the actual carrier. So we're going to go over to Google and look up Arch Insurance Company, and then we're going to use the words AM Best Rating. And we'll search that, and then I usually like to go to the one that has a PDF on it, and we'll click on that, and it's going to pull us up this AM Best report. So AM Best is a company that basically rates and reports on different insurance carriers, ensuring their stability, their financial size, their ability to pay out claims, and things like that. So we want to look right here at this top piece right here that says rating, and they are A+, which is great. That's an amazing rating. I would urge you to stay away from companies that are insured with a carrier that is anything less than an A-. So A-, A+, and A++ are good. When you start getting into the B's and the C's, that's when you might get a little bit weirder and deal with things where carriers don't pay out claims, or they might have to shut it down shop. You just want to stay in this A range to be safe. A carriers also have better underwriting procedures and usually will not insure people that they feel are a liability to them.